Hello, fourth grade. The question today is, who wouldn't want to be a quadrilateral? What is a quadrilateral anyway? A quadrilateral is a polygon with four sides. So let's just do a quick review on what a polygon is. If you recall, a polygon is anytime you have a shape that has straight sides and no gaps or no openings. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and you can see there's no gaps or openings, so it is a polygon. And because it has 4 sides, we call that more specifically a quadrilateral, which is a great word, isn't it? Quadrilateral. Okay, so there are types of quadrilaterals. So the first one that we're going to talk about is called a parallelogram. Can you say that word with me? Parallelogram. In a parallelogram, you have opposite sides that are parallel. So let's look at what that means. So this side is opposite this side. It's on the other side of the shape. And you can see they are parallel because if they just kept going, they would stay the same distance apart. That's what makes them parallel. This side is opposite and parallel to that side. And because the opposite sides are also the same length, we call that a parallelogram. Now, when we have opposite sides, this side is equal to that side in length. This side is equal to this side in length. And I put the number of dashes there to indicate which sides are equal. Now, there's a geometric word we like to use. Instead of saying equal, we say congruent. C-O-N-G-R-U-E-N-T. That would be a great word to write down. Congruent. Congruent means equal, but it's a more mathematical word. Congruent. Okay, so a trapezoid, however, is still a quadrilateral because it has 4 sides. However, this time we only have one set of opposite parallel sides. You see that those sides are opposite of each other and they are parallel. However, these 2 sides, which are opposite, are not parallel, because if we kept drawing them, they would eventually cross, right? They would intersect, so they're not parallel. Now, in this case, the opposite parallel sides are not congruent because they are not the same length. When you have a parallelogram, which means opposite sides are parallel, that side is opposite to this one, this side is opposite to this one, and they're all equal. So this side is the same as this one, which is the same as this one, which is the same as this one. 4 equal sides, 4 congruent sides, we call that a rhombus. Rhombus. Again, a fun word to say. All right, what else have we got? A rectangle. Now, I know you're familiar with rectangles, but did you know that a rectangle is a parallelogram? Because it does have opposite sides that are parallel and congruent. But the thing that makes it different from just any parallelogram is that it has 4 right angles. And when you see these little squares drawn in the corners, that indicates that they are right angles. So a rectangle is a parallelogram, but it has to have right angles to be a rectangle. A square is a lot like a rectangle. The opposite sides are parallel and they are congruent. And there are right angles. But what makes this different is that each of the sides is the same length. That's what makes it a square. It also makes it a rhombus. But the way it's different or more specific than a rhombus is that the right angles make it a square. Being a quadrilateral is fun. I love being a quadrilateral because I can change myself into so many different shapes just by changing my sides. Who wouldn't want to be a quadrilateral? All right, here's your challenge for today. I would like you to pause this video, take a close look at this drawing, and count how many rectangles you see. Now, there are the obvious rectangles and there are the less obvious rectangles. Your job is to count every one of them, which means you have to think about, can you put rectangles together to form other rectangles? So I'm anxious to see how many you come up with. I'm also going to ask you to count triangles. Again, you're going to want to pause this video to take a look at this image to count the triangles. Now, there are the obvious triangles, and then there are the less obvious triangles, the ones that are built by putting triangles together. Going to be a little bit different than the rectangle challenge, but I'm sure you're up to it. I'd like you to send me the number of rectangles and number of triangles that you see. You can do this by opening up a Google Doc and submitting it to today's assignment. If you have any trouble with that, let me know and I can try to help you, okay? So that's your challenge. Can't wait to see what you come up with. See you later. Bye.